I'm back, Rhodes for the Matrixx and Rhodes show, and I am kind of excited to bring this news to you guys. This is something we're going to keep up with on this channel. You guys know I'm a massive horror fan, big Jason Voorhees guy. Obviously, yesterday was awesome, Friday the 13th. I watched the final chapter while I was trying to work yesterday, and so we got some news last night from a screening of Friday the 13th Part 3. Larry Zerner was there. And Bryan Fuller, a massive Friday the 13th fan, was in attendance. Of course, he is bringing Crystal Lake to Peacock streaming, the NBC streaming service. The Crystal Lake series, which is going to be sort of all things Pamela and Jason Voorhees. Excited, very excited. And some real news came out of that last night. I thought I was going to be out in front of this. I mean, you know, I'm not. Yeah, I was a little late. Had a live stream this morning. It is what it is. But some great tidbits came out of that. Some casting news came out of that. And sort of where the series stands. But let's just get to it. Bloody Disgusting has actually written an article on this. But yeah, you're reading that right. Kevin Williamson is actually involved in this. He is writing an episode of this thing. That's right. Legendary horror writer that, of course, did all the Scream movies, involved in all the Scream movies. He wrote a treatment for Halloween H2O. He did The Faculty. He did the TV series The Following, which I think is kind of underrated, Kevin Bacon. And he did some other things. Look, I'd be remiss to not give this guy credit for the fact that he wrote Dawson's Creek. I didn't watch Dawson's Creek. It's not my jam. But anytime you write a series that has 170 episodes during its run, you've done something right, okay? Some people obviously love that series, and a lot of stars came out of that. Crystal Lake, Kevin Williamson, and Adrienne King. That's right, guys. You're reading that correct. Adrienne King is involved in this Friday the 13th series. I mean, just the idea that they're bringing somebody like that, legendary, back that had something, obviously, something so major to contribute to that original film, and it makes you wonder what her role is, because she will be actually in this series in a reoccurring role. And, you know, I don't want to speculate. We don't know. But she is at the age where, in theory, she could play Pamela Voorhees. That's right. That's right. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just speculating. That is speculating. That's me tossing that out there. But all these years later, she could, and I'm just saying, in theory, 50 years after cutting off Pamela Voorhees' head, could she come back and actually play the part of Pamela Voorhees? It would be such a throwback. It would be so interesting. She may be just reoccurring in a very minor role for all we know. But I think it's odd that she's coming back and she's got this reoccurring role. And this is why I'm going to like covering this, because then I can just speculate. Okay, I loved Hannibal, so I'm pretty excited about that aspect. Bryan Fuller did Hannibal. I thought it was one of the best television shows that we have ever seen. And, of course, it got canceled way too soon. After 14 years, the Friday the 13th franchise is finally getting set to return to the screen with Crystal Lake, an upcoming prequel series. I'm not sure why they're calling this a prequel series, because Fuller has come out and said it's going to involve everything, like the events leading up to the original Friday the 13th, and then beyond into the sequels, okay? And they've got access to everything because the television rights are different than the movie rights. So, Crystal Lake upcoming prequel series from A24, Peacock, and Bryan Fuller that miraculously able to use any and all elements from the franchise. Peacock has given the project a straight-to-order, with Crystal Lake being described as an expanded prequel to the original Friday the 13th franchise. Variety has detailed the show will be written by Bryan Fuller, who is also the showrunner and executive producer Victor Miller, who penned the original film in the franchise, will also executive produce along with Mark Toberoff, Rob Barsaminian, and A24. At a Friday the 13th Part 3 screening last night, man, that would have been a blast to go to, Fuller provided an exciting update on the project, announcing that Kevin Williamson will be writing an episode. How about that, guys? How about that? Additionally, original Friday the 13th Final Girl, Adrienne King, will have a reoccurring role. Eric Goldman tweets from the screening, they are officially starting to write in 2 weeks. It will have 2 scores to choose from, a modern one and the classic Manfredini one. Kevin Williamson is writing an episode. Adrienne King will have a reoccurring role. Fuller has pitched 4 seasons of Crystal Lake. Only one is officially ordered so far, though he notes Peacock would have to pay a hefty penalty if they didn't order season 2. Yeah, Fuller kind of protected this, where they would kind of have to do 2 seasons. Goldman thread continues, asked if he can confirm Pamela's role in Crystal Lake series. Fuller replied, quote, "We're honestly going to be covering it all." Guys, I would think Tommy Jarvis is going to show up in this. We're honestly going to be covering it all. The series is covering the life and times of these 2 characters. Presumably, he's referring to Pamela and Jason Voorhees. Stay tuned for more as we learn. Starters, blah, 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 blah. So, that's pretty wild. You know, I just went over to IMDb just for kicks. I mean, Kevin Williamson, Scream, screenplay, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream 2. You know, The Faculty, Scream 3, my God, Dawson's Creek, Cursed, Scream 4, my God. I mean, all kinds of involvement. I didn't realize there were so many damn short films involving the Scream franchise. There's a ton, and he's of course involved in some way in he was involved in that Scream television series too, Vampire Diaries, which I did not watch. So but I find that very interesting. I mean, look, again, I'm just speculating about Adrienne King being involved, but the fact that she's got a reoccurring role, I mean, she could be the mother of some random teen that's in the damn thing for all I know. But that's why I love this. I miss my horror website. I do. I guess I should figure out how to take the Horror Hideout and incorporate it in the blackandwhitenetwork.com somehow so I can still write about this stuff. But anyway, I'm excited. Also, make sure you check out, I did a reaction to Never Hike Alone 2. Womp Stomp Films gave us a sneak peek yesterday on Friday the 13th, which was great. Tom Matthews back, of course, as Tommy Jarvis in the continuation, finally, of the Jarvis story involving Voorhees. Tell me what you think. Matrixx and Roadshow fans. I almost said Black and White Network supporters. I almost said that. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.